Lame Truth here, and after covering yesterday's matchmaking talk, it was actually 2 days ago, but I got to it yesterday, I've kind of concluded that it was not written by a dev, considering 2 devs have gone on record to call it out for just being complete horseshit. I'm inclined to believe the people that I know are real people and actually worked on the game, the devs, I mean. I'm not inclined to believe this random blog post, which could have been written by a lawyer for all I know. It could have been typed up by an intern. I truthfully don't know, but I do know that what they said simply was not true. The majority of what they stated just doesn't match up with the actual data that we have. And speaking of matching up, this death probably could have been prevented had my buddy Sephi here just had a little edge. I'm going to show you this edge right now before I continue on with the main topic. Guys, if you insist on playing Call of Duty or really any online multiplayer game, you have to contend with a lot of shady matchmaking going on in the background. Gear Up aims to fix that and bring you back to the days where ping is king. Just boot it up, launch the game you want to launch, and Gear Up does the rest. It locks you into certain regions. Gear Up also has this bot lobby function, which allows you to simulate how far you are away from certain servers, so you can, again, fool the skill-based matchmaking. But aside from that, maybe you just want better connections. Check this out. I have like 30 ping right now, which is decent on Modern Warfare 3. It's near 30 ping. But whenever I put on the Gear Up booster, I can get pings near the single digits. And when, I don't know, every little millisecond counts, this does matter at the end of the day. If you're someone that typically gets put on servers with even higher ping, maybe even triple digit ping, Gear Up can help you as well and help alleviate these connection issues. So guys, get Gear Up Booster now. It works for a lot of different games. I also use it on Dead by Daylight, and you can check that out in the video description or the pinned comment. Click there, get Gear Up Booster, and have a much better time, a much more stable connection when playing online. Guys, hopefully Gear Up helps you out with the most recent talk of skill-based matchmaking. It's not going anywhere. Protect yourself. Try out Gear Up, and hopefully it works out for you. Guys, I just want to cover this, though, because I don't know, man. I'm so sick of this. We've been begging them to talk for like 4 to 5 years now, and when they finally do, it's just provable lies, and I would respect them a lot more if they just cut the bullshit and told us they were flat out manipulating our experience at this point. 2 devs have called them out, and I'm going to go over this. I didn't quite go into detail with this yesterday, but I'm going to go into detail with it right now. Pro Reborn stated yesterday that he's also spoken to another developer, and the response from them was, "This is not what I've heard internally." He says, "No, sorry, that they weren't aware it worked the way that the blog post describes," as in skill-based matchmaking and how it's implemented. A dev that verifiably worked on the game, I do trust Pro Reborn, a dev that verifiably worked on the game has called it out. A dev that verifiably worked on the game has called it out. I mean, look at this. Brian Bright is a former principal designer at Infinity Ward, having worked on Call of Duty in some capacity from MW3, my personal favorite Modern Warfare game, all the way up until 2019's Modern Warfare. Bright didn't expand at all on his comment, but many have taken it as proof that SBMM is not as old a game mechanic as the devs are suggesting. One claim is a reference that we've been gaslit with how skill-based matchmaking is old and was in Call of Duty 4. I mean, I actually thought back to this, right? It's such a ridiculous claim when they said that skill-based matchmaking was all the way back in Call of Duty 4. Motherfuckers, I have played Call of Duty 4 on PC. That game has a server browser. It's literally impossible to implement skill-based matchmaking in a game with a server browser. Same with World at War. They did away with the server browser around Modern Warfare 2, but literally a year after the fact with World at War, like, it still was impossible to implement. And I guarantee you it was not any different on console. I saw Nero talking about how, like, you can make a new account, COD 4 or whatever, on console and find like lower levels. I think that was just placebo. I mean, I would be willing to bet my nuts that Call of Duty 4 back in the day had zero skill-based matchmaking. I just do not think it was a thing at all. The reason I kind of stuck with Call of Duty over Gears of War over Halo 3 at the time was because they kind of combined ranked and casual into one, and it was just like, just play the game. There was no divide or whatever, you know? I love playing casual matches with my friends on Halo 3. I like playing ranked with my good friends, but I couldn't play all the time, you know, because a lot of my friends weren't that good. So I couldn't play with everyone in my friend group. But Call of Duty just kind of fixed that. Like, it was kind of a mix between casual and ranked, but it was still very, very just have fun. You could take it seriously, you could not take it seriously, you could do everything in between. And that's what I loved about it. But back to the main topic here. You know, with two devs calling it out, one saying that one claim is just not true, and one saying that that's just not what they've heard internally on how skill-based matchmaking works. That's the big, that's the big kicker. The devs saying that that's just not what they've heard internally. I do not think these devs had any hand in actually writing out this blog post. It does not correlate. And to sit there and blindly accept it, look, man, guys, I'm so sick of the fucking coping losers in this community. I am so sick of the bootlickers. The people that just bend over and take it up the ass from Activision, the devs, whatever. This is why the game is in the state it's in. And if you think I'm just complaining for the sake of it, I am not. And you're out of your goddamn mind if you think so. They could, like, literally make a blog post praising mass genocide or something. You know, like, they could do that. And yet the community would not care, because the very next day they'll come out with some stupid, like, integration, some stupid partnership, or some other stupid seasonal thing, and then everyone forgets about it because this community, or what's left of it, are morons. They're dumb. They're sad individuals, and I'm sorry if you still play Call of Duty, but hey, dude, the truth hurts. I'm not here to pamper you, you know? Go to your mom and dad for that shit. I'm here to tell you the truth. Like, stop playing this. There are so many better games out there. This is the state of the game right now. They come out with a clearly BS skill-based matchmaking statement, but it doesn't matter because immediately after they start plugging the Walking Dead integration, which, I mean, that'd have been cool like 10 years ago when the show was good. I actually had to, like, Google to see what spinoff they're currently on. Talk about, like, two milked franchises coming together. I mean, is there any milk left out of either IP? I feel like both IPs are literally just two saggy titties. And when you try to get milk from them, nothing comes out except dust. It's just... Let the stuff die. Think of something new and innovative and good. Stop rehashing everything. Stop nostalgia baiting. Like, Christ. And if you don't believe me, just look at this Reddit post talking about this girl's butt, this skin's butt, which I don't think this is jiggle physics because it looks like an alien trying to just erupt out of her asshole. I think it's a glitch and a bug, but these virgins are still losing their mind over this pixelated, you know, glitchy butt. This is the state of the game. Just jingle some keys in front of the community. It doesn't matter what you do, they'll eat it up. The amount of stupidity out there. I once thought the movie Idiocracy was just a funny comedy. Little did I know it was prophetic. This is 2024. Mental deficiencies surround me. There's a point where when, like, Call of Duty's bad, but it has potential, it's good for my channel. People will tune in and watch me complain about some of the issues and want change. But there's a point where it gets so bad that it's bad for my channel, where nobody cares about it. It's so bad. And that's where we're at this year. Mark my words, on the one place we can track it at, Steam, Call of Duty will hit new lows in player count. I guarantee you in the next couple of months, we will hit the lowest the player count has ever been because we have a fucking $70 DLC to play all year. It's already old, it's already tired. Only the biggest bootlickers are still, like, supporting this game and playing it or whatever. The people that defend this crap is why we are in the position we are in. I'm done being nice. Like, I'm seriously done being nice. I do not care if you like me. I don't care if you're a content creator and you hate my guts. I am here trying to help everyone. Like, straight up. you're gonna see, not only are we gonna see like the lowest Call of Duty player numbers on Steam that we can track this year, you are probably gonna see the lowest engagement you will ever see on your channel this year as it pertains to Call of Duty. If you're just someone that posts like, I don't know, classes, or I got a nuke with this Sidewinder build or whatever, if you're one of those people, you're probably gonna see the lowest annual return you've ever seen playing Call of Duty on YouTube or streaming it or whatever. I just don't think the interest is there. The last I checked, sales were down 40% in the UK alone. Wait, I don't think we have the US numbers yet. Again, they just hide everything. I think the earnings report is soon though, so we'll see like how they stacked up to last year. Probably not as good, but it's to be expected. Either way, man, like the game can keep selling, and that's fine. I don't want a game that just sells and then people get tired of it and like 70% of the player base shelves it. You know, I don't want that. I want it to be like Black Ops 2, where people pick it up, maybe like 20% drops it, you know, after the initial hype, but all year long, it's just popping. Until I get that again, I'm not going to shut up. I'm not going to stop talking about it, and I'm going to keep advocating for change. But, I don't think the blog post was written by a real person. I really don't. You could chime in with your thoughts below, but I think we need a redo on it because the devs are just saying what I've been saying in my last video, that something's not right here. We're not being told the truth, and it's not just me being a conspiracy theorist. Like, there's data out there that straight up contradicts what we've been told in this blog post. It just makes no sense. I hope you guys enjoyed, though. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.
Here's some parting advice.